Hello and welcome to Cooking with the Gomez, and today's recipe is carne de puerco en chile rojo, which is pork in a red chili sauce. And you can use the traditional ribs or you can use pork shoulder. I used pork butt today, so whatever piece of pork is out there that you can get that's at a good price. Ribs work really well, although there's not as much meat, which I really like. And so we're going to show you first how we prepare the pork, and that's a very simple water in the pressure cooker with your 2 pounds of pork shoulder, pork butt, or pork ribs, and then half a lime juice and 2 bay leaves, salt, about a tablespoon, and then cover and cook until it's nice and tender. And here's the recipe for the Chile Rojo sauce. So we start off by cooking the meat in the pressure cooker with some water, half a lime juice, onion, and 2 bay leaves. You'll then want to get your pressure cooker up to the right amount of heat, and we cooked it for 2 hours. Then you want to get your Guajillo peppers ready. They'll come in a package of about 12 to 15. And we're also going to be using árbol chiles. And I get the ones without stems because they're a lot easier to handle. So about, 5 to 10, however much heat you like. Then I use 3 garlic cloves, but the recipe only calls for 2, and then ground clove and ground pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon. And then we need 1/4 of an onion, and we need about 3 tablespoons each of almond and pumpkin seeds. We're going to now fry our Guajillo peppers. Be very careful with this step. You have to make sure that you don't inflate the peppers too much and have them blow up on you, because they can. So be very careful on this step. And then you want to toast these peppers in the oil, fry them. They'll change a color from to a bright red and then to a deeper brown red color, and you want to take them off before they start to blacken, because otherwise you will ruin your sauce. That's very important. Then you want to do the same thing with the little ones, and you only cook them for a very short period of time. You don't want them to burn either. And then these will go in water to steam for about 10 to 15 minutes. You want the skins nice and soft so that you can blend all of this. Now while that's going, we'll get the sauce finished with frying up these almonds. Again, this is very important you not burn these. You're just trying to get them to a roasted flavor. Pumpkin seeds, the same thing. Toss them quickly around, make sure that they don't burn on you, and then take them out. I'm setting all of these things aside in a bowl, and I will put them in later in the blender after the sauce is ready. So here we're going to fry a tortilla, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in my garlic here, and also the 1/4 of an onion. You just want to, again, get a nice char on these. You want to get your tortilla crispy, and then transfer all of this stuff into the bowl and set aside. Now meanwhile, we're going to take our chili peppers out, and you want to pull them out by the bottom so the stem is hanging down. And when you pick them up, all of the juice, if the stem should pull off, right here you can pull it off, and then all of the seeds and the veins will come right out. So it makes it very easy to clean them. Then throw all of them into a blender, and you want to put in about 1 cup of water to 1.5 cups to almost 2 cups of water. You'll want to regulate this. You don't want it to be too runny, but you want it to blend nice and well. So I'm going to probably have to add a little bit more in here to get it a little more smooth. So almost 1.5 to 2 cups of water. I used the same water that came with that the peppers were just boiled in. So now you want to run this through a strainer because the skins on the pepper have a bitter taste to them, and they're kind of tough on your stomach too. So you'll run it through the strainer, and once you work the salsa through, make sure you wear something to cover yourself and your counters. This stuff stains like crazy and very quickly too, so don't use any material that will get ruined. Now you can see that this will turn almost like into a paste, and what you have is just the smooth chili puree. You add that back into the blender, and then to that we're going to add all of the ingredients that we fried earlier, and also half a can of tomatoes. Now the original recipe calls for boiled tomatillos, so you know, the equivalent of about 1.5 cups of tomatoes. I didn't have tomatillos, so I used this here. Now add back the rest of the ingredients, push everything down, and then we'll blend it up very, very smoothly. And once you get it blended really nice and smoothly, you want to blend it on a high speed so that it's very, very creamy and smooth. Now we're going to put this into our cooked pork. So when your pork comes out, there's, you know, your onion pieces, your bay leaves, and things like that you might want to take out. Take those bones out. Then I'm pouring out about a little over half of the broth, the pork stock, and then I'm going to pour in my sauce. This is going to take another 25 to 35 minutes to reduce and thicken up again. And so you want to just have it on a low simmer, bring it up to almost a boil, and then drop it back down to a simmer and just let it continue to soak into the meat. And that is pretty much it. This is really a great dish to serve with fresh tortillas. And so we're gonna make some homemade tortillas right now, and these are just corn tortillas made with maseca. You can get this at almost any grocery store. It's corn flour, and just follow this package instructions. It just takes a little bit of salt and water, and then you knead it like you would bread dough. And once you get it all incorporated thoroughly so that the masa is not too sticky, you'll need a tortilla press. This one we made at home. You can find instructions to make these online. They're relatively cheap and they're kind of a fun project. So you have to like make them nice and flat, not too thin that they're hard to pull off the plastic, and not too thick that they're not going to get cooked all the way through. And then we are cooking these on a comal. You just pull your hand back quickly when you're laying them on your hot comal, and in no time you will be a pro. You'll need to turn these a couple of times, and if you get it just right, they blow up in the center like this one just did. Now I'm going to serve these with some beans and rice, and on top of these fresh corn tortillas. The sauce is almost kind of like a mole sauce or a pipián, but it's not sweet, but the flavor is really incredible. I'm topping these with sour cream, but you can also serve it with salsa, you can serve it with avocado. So that was our Chile Rojo sauce and pork, and here is the final presentation. I made it with some rice and some beans, and normally you wouldn't put it in a taco like this. You could just serve it on the side and eat it with your tortillas, rip off the pieces, but I thought I'd plate it this way so that it's a little bit easier to handle for the people that are going to eat it right now. Thank you very much for watching another video, Cooking with the Gomez. Give us your comments and questions. Thanks.